So I just don't see how that goes anywhere. We know why we have intelligence. We know why we feel. We do these things because they gave us evolutionary advantage. We don't do these things because they have some end mission.
Okay, I'll take one other stab at this using a movie metaphor. Maybe like the Matrix, like Neo was the error correcting mechanism within the Matrix. Maybe we're that error correcting mechanism. You know, maybe nature. I don't want to say like she intended to create us 100,000 years ago. Maybe we're an accident. We're an accident that happened. But now that we're here, and we have no choice but to observe and do what we're programmed to do, which may be it may be, you know, your point is we create these fucking messes and we only half clean them up, and then we create another fucking mess, half clean that up, and just continually, which I agree with 100%. I think it's self-obvious, but maybe, I don't know, maybe there's a small cross-section of us that are designed to clean up the mess 100%. Possible?
Yeah, well, exactly. So that's what I'm talking about, is cleaning up the mess 100%. So the only way to clean up the mess 100% is just to stop making the mess maker. So end the mess making and you'll clean up the mess. That's the way you clean it up. So I guess I'm arguing yeah, but we can't. You're not going to be able to come up with a description of something else we can do that's going to validate all the suffering and the rest of the crap. So anyway, Karina, she had something, I think.
Yeah, I don't remember what. Oh, yeah, I just dislike this association, you know, because you are part of the nature, then you know, you are supposed to respect the entire nature concept, and you know, don't criticize it or whatever, or because you are part of the universe and you are conscious, this means that the universe is conscious. I mean, to me, this association is so. It's so silly if you think about it for more than 3 seconds. I don't even know what example to give. It's like, you know, if you see this family and you don't like 2 kids from this family, this means that, and you like the rest of it, you know, if you appreciate that family, this means you have to love all about it. Or, I don't know, if you like your body but you don't like your thumbs, you know, your thumbs are part of your body, therefore you should appreciate them. I just don't like it. I mean, to me it makes no fucking sense. I mean, it sounds good, but it's just fail.
Yeah, and there's so many arguments. It's like even the limitations on our reproduction. Okay, so there's a genetic limitation placed on all of us. Okay, where we genetically die. As far as I know, there's no organism that lives forever. So it's in the genetic code. I mean, it's built into the structure to kill these things off because the olds have to die for the new to thrive. And so then this nature throws in, through evolution, animals develop this cannibalistic aspect where we start eating each other. And so then animals become superficially and only circumstantially dependent on predation. So their birth rates can rise now because they're being predated. They're getting killed before they reproduce. So now they need to increase birth rates. And so now, because that balance gets created, so because they're getting eaten, and so they increase their birth rates, and so they become dependent on being eaten. And some people will sit there and turn that into a religion. Like somehow there's a logic to that. There's no logic to that. None of that was necessary. You can still have consumption and reproduction without the cannibalism part. I mean, you can still have vegetarian animals. They'll still die of attrition. They'll still die of old age. And their birth rates will lower to whatever number maximizes their survivability. And you don't need any of this predator crap. It's just just something injected into the system. But again, it's something people will glorify and say, well, if you don't have the predators, the population will get out of control. Yeah, it'll get out of control for a little while, and then it'll rebalance again, you fucktards. I mean, this balance thing can be anything. We don't need fucking Tyrannosaurus to balance the fucking universe. We don't need great white sharks to balance populations. They will balance without them. Oh, look, they're chewing on their little stuffed animals. Oh, it's very cute. Yes, oh, little girls in Stickam.
Hey, what does attrition mean in the way that you meant it?
Yes, goodbye, little pokey girls. What does attrition mean? It means I'm just using it as a word to imply that it will die of its own accord. Will rot out of existence. So you don't need something else to kill it. It'll kill on its own.
Also, this idea that evolution must be driven by something intelligent, not necessarily a god, but something intelligent, because things evolve and get better. They don't really get better, they just get adapted to the environment, and this is a totally automatic process. And for instance, when there was this debate about rape on YouTube, Healthy Addict gave me some links, and I was just thinking about it. There are these ducks, I don't remember what type of ducks, who the males rape the females a lot. It was very common, and so through an evolutionary process during I don't know how many decades, they developed this vagina that can retract and actually escape rape. And then the male ducks developed bigger penises. I mean, it's completely automatic. If it was an intelligence behind that, you would just go one way. Okay, rape is wrong or rape is right according to nature, but it obviously doesn't know with an intention and a purpose and intelligence what it's doing. It's just following this automatic process of, adding or in some cases taking away traits to just adapt better and have better chances to reproduce.
Yeah, and it's not, obviously it's a deterministic universe in my opinion, so it's not arbitrary, but it's arbitrary. I mean, it's the nuance is just, it has no rationality tied to it. And then we have, like I said, and our whole capacity to do this, to have this conversation about what's rational and what's logical and what's sensible and all that shit, we only have it because it was a tool. It was a scheming tool. It was like a great white shark's big shiny teeth. Well, having a big brain enabled us to manipulate the environment in very specific and subtle ways, made us very survivable and durable, made us capable of crossing land bridges and doing all kinds of different things to succeed. And but that's it. It doesn't exist so we can contemplate the universe. It exists because it made us capable of rubbing sticks together and creating fire.
I heard this thing from a friend. She was talking about this thing called intergenomic or something, intersex antagonism, and it's kind of along the lines of what oh my God, it's Chris was saying. There was women that would develop a vaginal secretion that would be so acidic that it would kill certain sperm. So in a sense it was like selective breeding, in the sense that only the strong and adaptable sperm was capable of crossing that barrier and fertilizing the egg. I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, well, the sperm actually don't adapt, obviously. So it has to be the sperm producer.
Yeah,
who
that's
adapts.
what I was about to say.
Yeah, well, he cheats a little here and there. It's okay. And oh my God, you can just zo, not Z, but it's okay. It's better than Zomgit to Chris.
Hey, I was wondering, what does Zomgits Chris mean? Anyway, does it stand for anything, or?
Oh my God.
No, it doesn't stand for nothing. Oh my God, it's Chris. It's just, I mean, when I created my channel, I had no intention of making videos. I only created this channel to have, like, I don't know, a place where I can watch videos, to have a couple subscriptions and so on, and it just went on from there. I'm stuck with the name.
Yeah, I remember the old days.
Is it glossolalia? I mean, you must have something in mind when you chose that name. What?
Well, oh my God,
you know what that is, don't you? You gotta know what oh my God is. Come on, you're a smart guy. Oh my God, you haven't heard that expression, oh my God?
Yeah, when this started from, when people say oh my God, they usually use caps, and sometimes like instead of pressing like caps, they press Z, and it turns into oh my God. I mean, it's a usual typo, and then it was adopted by people and saying oh my God instead of oh my God, so I'm just like lame like that.
No, no. I'm the lamer. Yeah, okay, I get it now. No, I can be really dense, Gary. Sorry.
Yeah, well, so can I, but that's really, that's really bad. I mean, when you're denser than I am on those kind of things, I got it. I mean, if I can get it, you can get it.
Yeah, it's like when they do the exclamation in ones. No, I was going to say it started as an accident, and I think it just became a more emphatic way to say, oh my god, like you're so excited you don't even take the time to actually press the shift key. You're just like, oh, I'm in such a hurry, oh my god.
Sounds like a California thing. Probably started in California. Does sound a little.
I think it's Japanese. I think it started with relationships. THX
Okay.
1138 was the movie. It was George Lucas's college film that predated Star Wars. Sorry, Mendham, you're... Okay, sorry. And anyway, it's one of my favorite movies.
Ah, okay.
No, people think it's a speaker reference. THX, the name THX, and THQ were both taken from the movie. This movie was in the 70s. It was George Lucas's first film.
Oh, I remember that now. Okay, yeah, that's where he stole everything. Yeah, everything.
No,
I
he used
noticed.
his own ideas. Those
Oh,
were his
go on,
ideas.
his own
He didn't
ideas.
steal them.
He stole like this muffin monster from Mars 2000. This like 1942 movie or 53 or whatever it was, and you could see he stole it. He stole the whole idea. Darth Vader, he actually stole. And he stole all these characters. I remember that movie now because it made it so obvious that he stole every bit of it. Every bit of it.
He just reused the same ideas. THX 1138 was his movie.
I
And
know.
like even the Wookiee, the TIE fighter sounds, a lot of the sounds, the Ewoks, things like that. I think he just rehashed them because THX 1138 wasn't a very popular film back then. And so he used some of the same ideas when he created Star Wars.
Yeah, he didn't create it though. No.
Yeah, but come on, there is no originality, basically. I mean, all ideas are stolen ideas, are ideas that, you take them from somewhere and you put your own print on it and then you develop them into something else. There is no original idea, no 100%, there never was. I mean, it all started with very basic concepts that everybody was using, and then, some people started to work with those concepts and transform them into something else, and people transformed that into something else, and, so on, but you cannot trace one original idea, like, ever.
Oh no, I don't think that's true. Yeah, I think there's lots of original ideas. Where they have to put it together themselves, and they put it together for the first time. I mean, there's complex puzzles or a concept. Like let's just go with the concept of chemotherapy. The idea of, that the blood is really the essence of our existence, and so you augment the blood, and you can cure the disease because it's a defect in the blood that's making somebody sick. Something's infected the blood, or the chemistry's wrong, or something else. So you can compensate for that. So that's a conception. Somebody had that conception first. I mean, they realized this is the way we can manipulate this, blah, 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 blah. So that's an original idea. It's putting the facts together for the first time in an order.
Yeah. But I wasn't really talking about science and how you discover things and how you discover truth and how you can apply science to to life. I was talking about the process of creation and art, basically. I mean, yes, you do, you take things and put them together and come up with a unique concept, maybe, but those parts that you put together, those belonged to somebody else, who took them from somebody else and transformed them.
Well, I'm just saying there's a pretty big difference, though, between retelling a story in a new way and inventing the story. So I'm just, it's like there's a lot of copies of Romeo and Juliet, but there's one Romeo and Juliet, so maybe Shakespeare stole it, but I'm just saying that the conception of the idea of the romantic story or whatever, is different than the simpler, just, remaking. And so I'm just saying that, yeah, Darth Vader was a character in a fucking 1952 movie or whatever, and I remember that. I mean,